Hiya, this is just a short video on Botox therapy as a treatment for migraine. My consultant at my local hospital basically recommended that I try it, having tried various medications, and they'd have a benefit for a while and then they wouldn't work anymore. And so he recommended that I try doing the Botox therapy. Now, it doesn't work for everybody, and he warned me of that. And there are potential side effects, one of them being brow drop, and another being a potential allergic reaction, usually in the form of skin rashes and itching. Fortunately, I haven't had either of those. They've been alright. I'll get like a cross here because they do the injection across here for me, and so my facial expression will be affected. So this is actually good for me. The Botox therapy has started to wear off. However, I can't even do that after I've had it. Give it a few days and I can't do that, but I've been fortunate not to have the brow drop. And basically, where they actually do the Botox injections depends on where you get your pain with your migraine. So I get in my temples. I think they do one in my temples, and then across the forehead. And then when we first started off, they only did it on the right side. My videos flipped around because I used the webcam. And then we actually found that when I got my migraines, having done the Botox on the right side of my head, the pain moved over to my left, and so now I'll get in my temples the injections, I'll get them across there, and then I'll get them over my right side of my head and over my left side of my head. For people who have neck pain, like the pain from the migraine spreads down into their neck, they will actually do it at the back of the neck as well. But I don't need that. I'm lucky I don't get that. I've actually found that since I've had the Botox therapy, it has actually helped. I only tend to get migraines when the Botox is wearing off, and when I do get them, they're not as bad. And for my migraines, I get these moving zigzags in my vision field, which I actually find is the problem that causes my nausea, rather than the headache itself. It tends to be more the zigzag that causes the nausea for me. And I've actually found that since I've had the Botox, when I do actually get a migraine, the zigzags aren't as obvious, and they're not as bright, and they're not as intense, and they don't make my nausea nearly so bad. So when I have a migraine, I don't need to use the anti-sickness medication as much as I need to. And I've actually started noticing that my migraines are starting to change in another way as well. So sometimes I'll get, instead of the zigzags, I'll just get like a black blob in my vision field, and then I'll have a headache a bit later on. I've never had that before as a migraine, and so I think it's actually changing. And that's not, again, that's an improvement, because the zigzags aren't there at all when that happens, and so I don't get any nausea whatsoever. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a really good thing to be able to tell people. It's always worth a try, I would say, especially if you've been on medications and they haven't worked permanently. I'm still on medication. I haven't dropped my medication at all. One of the causes of my migraines is tiredness, and with the chronic fatigue, I did get them more because of being tired more. And migraines can be a symptom of chronic fatigue. It can be one of the things that chronic fatigue gives you. And so part of me does wonder if that's, that's one reason why the tablets aren't working as well. But yeah, I mean, basically the Botox therapy, if you've had migraines and you've tried various medications, either they've not worked at all or they'll work for a while and then they don't work anymore, I would really definitely try the Botox therapy. Like I said at the beginning, there is no guarantees it will work. Excuse me. There are no guarantees that it will work. It doesn't work for everybody. But it is worth a try. It definitely is worth a try. It's made things so much easier for me. I don't get them as often. When I do, they're not nearly as bad. But yeah, yeah, definitely. If you're after that, go for it. If you're having problems finding the tablets, don't be afraid to ask your GP about it. I'd completely forgotten that it was an option until my GP got a consultant involved at my local hospital, and he suggested it. I was like, oh yeah, I'd heard about that. And they just happened to have a clinic that day, and I noticed within a week, the difference. So yeah, and it's actually helped with the headaches and my chronic fatigue as well. So yeah, it's worth a try, and it might just work for you. I hope it does. It's well worth a try.